So how do we raise our vibration? What are some of the ways that you can suggest?
So first of all, we need to understand what it means to raise our vibrations. We don't have machines to measure our vibrations at all times, right? So what we do is we translate. We translate vibration into emotion. So the better you feel, the higher your vibes. The worse you feel, the lower your vibes. Now, to understand that we want to feel better, first you've got to identify your feelings. What am I feeling right now? And if I'm not feeling good, do I want to stay here or do I want to shift? If I'm feeling good anyway, I'm feeling good, so that's not a problem. So, so now to understand, feelings are something that we've never, again, no one ever taught us to focus on our feelings. Nobody ever taught us that emotions are important. We were, in fact, always told, don't be so emotional, don't be so sensitive. But I think that emotions are so important, when we want to get through life. Emotions is not something you can do away with. We are humans, we are going to feel. So, if we are going to feel, we might as well make the best of those feelings. So, I feel we should understand where we are, emotion wise, and then find ways to feel a little better. Now, the thing is, emotions come from thoughts. If I think a certain kind of thought, I'll feel good. If I think a different kind of thought, I'll feel bad. The more I am in a state of appreciation about things around me and about myself, then I feel good. But if I'm thinking in terms of all that's going wrong, then I'll definitely feel bad. So it's my job to now find a thought that feels a little better to me. So I have to keep checking. I feel during the day, at least 3 to 4 times during the day, check with yourself, how are you feeling? And do you want to feel that way? Do you want to continue to feel that way or not? So I feel that's one thing that we can definitely do for ourselves, keep checking in on how we are feeling. And secondly, then to shift our thoughts to feeling better than wherever we are. And I feel wherever we are, we can still feel a little better. Even if I'm at, a feeling of hope, which is a positive feeling, I can still feel a little better than that. And if I'm feeling very passionate about, some work that I'm doing, I can feel better than that also. So there is always a better feeling available to us. Always. So there is always a way to keep moving one step forward. So it's our job to find a way to feel, move one step forward, feel a little better. So anything that helps us. Sometimes it can be, if I'm feeling very down, sometimes I feel that, watching something very funny on Netflix or on TV or something, it helps me to just distract myself and feel slightly better. Then I feel, that if I'm in a good mood already, then I feel that if I, look at anything that I love, and appreciate that a little more, then I feel even better than what I was feeling earlier. So, there are different ways to feel better. I feel meditation is one thing that raises your vibes instantly. It's just a 10-minute thing, but it will raise your vibes. So meditation is one thing that I do feel that we should do. Then there are always ways to ask yourself, is there a thought that can feel better to me? I'm thinking this right now. Like I'm thinking this person I've got to meet today is such a pain in the ass, but I've got to meet that person. Now, can I find a thought that feels better to me? Because we have to, right? We have meetings and we have to deal with people. Sometimes people we don't like. So, can I find a way to think about it differently? Once I'm done with that meeting, I'll have accomplished this. So I know that even though that person is not so much fun to deal with, I will still have accomplished something and I want to accomplish that. So that's a different way to think about it. Then I'll feel less terrible about having to meet that person. So in that way, I'll just move a little upwards emotionally. So these are little things that we can do for ourselves, just to raise our vibes teeny tiny bits. And you don't have to jump. No quantum leaps are required. Just teeny tiny steps. That is what I feel that we should do all the time. Teeny tiny steps forward. That's all. And you realize before you know it, you actually moved a whole long way forward. And it hasn't even been an effort because you took small steps and you were okay with those small steps.
So you don't recommend any quantum manifestation techniques?
No, because you can't sustain quantum. I feel quantum can happen once in a while, but you can't sustain it. It's always better to go for something that you can sustain. And sustainability is very, very important. Small steps forward constantly, that is more sustainable than a quantum leap. Always. So,
Okay.
yeah, small steps.
So you mean to say that even if through a quantum leap or quantum manifestation, you achieve something, you may not be able to stabilize and sustain it in your reality.
Yes. I do feel that. Yes.
Okay. We talked about feeling even better than hope. And hope is something that everybody says that hope is the best kind of feeling. But at the same time, hope keeps you in a waiting
Yes.
feeling.
Exactly.
And that is not a very good feeling then.
No, it's not. In fact, I also find that hope is a mix of two feelings.
Yeah.
There is a positiveness to it that, okay, you're looking forward, but there is also a little bit of, pulling you back, that, there is a little sense of doubt there. Hope is not so, there's not a sense of surety that, okay, yes, it's happening. There is a sense of doubt, maybe it will. So, yes, there is a little bit of a mix there.
What's better than hope? And can you talk a little bit about law of assumption?
So, what is better than hope? I think amongst positive feelings, everything else is better than hope is at the bottom of the positive feelings, according to me, because it still has a little bit of that negative. But I feel, what is best is knowing. Even more, believing comes after hope, but knowing is, I think, at the highest. That I just know that this is happening. When you go to a restaurant and you place an order, say I go to a restaurant and I say I want, man chow soup. Am I hoping that the soup will come, or I know that it's going to come? So, hope is not that great a feeling, but knowing definitely is. It's like, yes, I'm sure it's happening, and then it does happen. So so knowing is definitely a place you want to be. Knowing that, it's a place of faith, because it hasn't yet happened yet, and that it's happening anyways. No matter what happens, what you want is going to happen. So that's a place of knowing, that's a place of faith. And I think that's very, 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 very important, because when you are in faith, you're actually aligned with your inner being, because your inner being knows that what you want is coming. Your soul knows what you want is coming, and you are matching, your inner being at that point, that yes, I know it's coming. So that's a great place to be. Yeah. And you said law of assumption. So what is the law of assumption according to you?
Yeah, it's the same thing. You just assume and it's done.
Yes.
Because you know that actually it is there. It exists as one of the realities, and it is knowing that it is done. It is
done. Because the moment you ask, it is done. So now when you're in that knowing, that yes, what I've asked for is done already. Now all I have to do is match my frequency, match my vibration to that, and it will show up in my experience also. So that's just exactly what it is. So it is actually understanding really how the universe works. That's what the law of assumption is. Understanding that the moment you ask, it exists in the universe, and all you have to do is know that it is there, relax about it. You don't have to ever worry again about it, and then match frequencies, and then you're sorted. So that's what the law of assumption actually tells you. So relax, chill, have a good time.
Still, yeah. So there are people I've seen that they are joyful, but at the same time they feel stuck, because they have somewhere deep within their subconscious a belief of unworthiness. That they feel that they're not worthy of, getting these things, kind of abundance or the love that somebody is offering. So, what do you suggest? What can they practice on daily basis? Some simple practices to work and get out of that.
So I'll tell you what. The fact that you said that they feel unworthy, I think that is such an important point. When it comes to manifesting what you want in your life, manifesting abundance, because until you feel you deserve that abundance, you won't allow it to show up in your life. So what they really need to do is feel that for themselves, feel that sense of worthiness, And that is why I recommended this earlier also, self-appreciation. Sometimes in the beginning, most people find it difficult to appreciate themselves. If that is the case, start with appreciating things around you. We always find it easier to give things to people, but we will not give ourselves good things. Like, I know in the beginning, I remember this about myself. I would buy things for everybody in the family, but not me. I wouldn't buy for myself. I would say, nahi, nahi, chalega, I don't need it. It's okay, I will manage. So I realized over years that was a habit that I did have, and that came from a sense of unworthiness. So, they all deserve it, I don't. That kind of thing. So, people who don't allow abundance in their life are also in that same place. And really, what works is find that sense of worthiness, because who are you really? No matter where you are in life, no matter how successful or unsuccessful you are, how old or young you are, it doesn't matter. Who are you? You are a part of the universe. You are the child of God, and you deserve everything that the universe has to offer. So claim it because it's yours. But if you feel that sense of unworthiness, of course you're going to have to put in that little bit of work, a little bit of work to raise that sense of worthiness, and that comes from appreciating. It does not come from putting yourself down at all times, which is what we tend to do. So, and I've seen that people who are practicing this for years they also get into this habit, that today I wasn't able to do it. Today I was feeling very bad about something. Something went wrong and I got very angry. But I've been doing this for years and I should not have got angry. I should have been able to control myself. That is also putting yourself down. So, yeah. So we need to stop doing this. We need to really, really understand that we are on a path and we are moving forward. And it's okay to, at some times, falter. It's okay. It's absolutely okay. And we need to start appreciating whatever little we are able to do.
Yeah, it's so true that we tend to judge ourselves all the time.
Yes.
All as humans, we all are imperfect. There's no such thing as perfect human being. So it's okay
Absolutely.
to have those feelings. And as you rightly said, that women actually are taught to prioritize themselves the last.
Absolutely.
And that's why we always, like in India especially, you serve everybody has their meals, and then we eat.
Then you eat.
Everybody has their shopping and everything that they want, and then if there is budget left, then I mean, this is the typical middle class, lower middle class, and
yes,
tendency
very much
in India that is more than 80%, or I think more than 90% population.
Correct.
So,
very true.